So, in an ideal world, I am currently 3 weeks away from my first track race of the season, which is a 5K on the track. But in a non ideal world, I might have picked up a small injury, which means I'm probably not going to be able to do that race. At the start of this week, I found out that I have a small stress reaction in the first metatarsal of my foot, which is incredibly frustrating because these are the sorts of injuries I have been battling on and off for the past few years. The good news is it is only a grade 1 and it should only take me out for 2 to 3 weeks. So on the positive side, I'm learning because I've listened to my body and I caught it super early as soon as I started to feel something. But on the bad side, it does mean I can't run and I'm going to be put into the gym on the cross trainer. However, I am no stranger to injuries, and I'm actually starting to learn over the years that they can have a positive impact whilst they might initially seem bad. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about how injuries can actually make you faster in the long run. I'm obviously not saying injuries are good, so don't go out of your way to get injured, but I'm just saying there is always a positive to everything, and how you can actually, if you are injured, you can actually see it in a positive light and gain a lot from it. So first up, injuries make you realise that actually something's not quite working in your training and you need to make changes. It's sort of your body's way of telling you something you're doing isn't right and it's not the best thing for you. It might work for other people, but for you, it's not the best thing. And it does that in an obvious way by obviously giving you an injury. So you don't have to spend that time thinking, is this working for me? Is this not working for me? When you're confronted by an injury, it shows you that actually something you're doing is definitely not working for you. So you do need to make some changes. And I've learned over time to see that as such a positive, because if your body is telling you, there couldn't be a clearer way of it giving you this message that something needs to change because it's not working. And by making those changes, slowly over time, hopefully not through too many injuries, slowly over time, you start to find the training setup that is good for you and does get the best out of you, allowing you to constantly improve, but without getting too many injuries. Now, some of us are maybe just slightly less robust than others, so some of us have to go through these cycles a few more times than others in order to find the training that does work for us. But I am almost 100% sure that over time, as you go through this journey, you will find the training that is perfect for you. And as I say, it might be completely different to somebody else, but that's okay. We are all different, and it's important. One thing I have been talking about with my coach recently is how you can't always do the training you want to do. You've got to do the training that is best for you. And whilst that might seem frustrating at times, finding the training that is best for you will actually allow you to reach your full potential and be the best you can be, rather than forcing your body to do something that it doesn't like. So when injury arrives, we should actually say thank you, because it is telling us, hello, I'm here to help and tell you what you need to do differently. So yeah, it's not always a bad thing. So similarly to how injury tells you that things aren't working in your training, that your body is trying to get across, it also is often a way of your body telling you that it just needs rest. As runners, you're used to working through when you're tired and you're used to feeling a bit more tired, but it can be hard to tell the difference between good fatigue that is helping you get fitter and bad fatigue that's actually damaging your body and holding you back. So sometimes when you get injured, it's your body's way of saying look, we just need to take a step back. We are tired and just give us a break. And that injury period can actually be so beneficial because it really allows your body to recover from all of the training that you have been doing, absorb it all properly, and then you come back feeling so refreshed and rejuvenated. And yes, you can have lost a little bit of fitness, so it could take, it's not necessarily fitness, because if you're cross training, it's more like running conditioning. So it can take a few weeks for you just to get back in your flow. But as soon as you've had those few weeks to get back into your flow, you feel so much better than you ever did before, because your body has fully refreshed and fully reset. So it's not always a bad thing when you see, those weeks ahead where you're not going to be able to run. Instead, just see it as a great refresh for your body that's going to allow you to come back feeling incredibly strong and energized, and also mentally. Training is tiring and it does take a lot out of you mentally. You have to put in a lot of work to be motivated and, be disciplined to get all that hard work done. So taking that little step back and not having to be so rigid and structured can actually be a great refresh for your mind. Obviously, every injury is different, but after the past injuries I've had, I have always come back stronger. Every time after it, I have set PBs and it's never held me back. And I genuinely think that is because my body has been so refreshed and so re-energized and just ready to go that it's able to absorb the training so much more, and I can race feeling super strong. For example, I got a stress reaction at the end of 2023 into the start of 2024, and in the summer of 2024 last year, I ran a 5k PB on the track, and then in October, I ran a 10k PB of 31:53. So I don't think it held me back. It actually sort of propelled me forward and re-energized me. Just off to go and get the cross training done, and then I will carry on with the video. Changed, showered, and just back from a delightful lunch after cross training. So I thought I would go into my next point, which is about how, often taking a step back is something that definitely us as runners don't like. We always want to be in the best place fitness we can be, in great shape, but unfortunately that's just not sustainable. So sometimes injury is that force that allows us to detrain, lose a bit of fitness and go backwards. But you might think that sounds bad, but actually it's so positive because it allows us to take that jump forward. You need to detrain, allow your body to fully recover and rest and adapt to that previous training and lose a bit to be able to come back to training and then take that big adaptation jump forwards. So often when we take some time away from it and we've had a bit of a break, you can then notice that you actually gain so much more fitness when you come back to it because that adaptation has taken place, everything is fixed, and it put you in a much stronger place to be able to deal with the more training that you come back to. There is often those few weeks where you need to recondition to running and get used to it. And then as soon as you've passed those 3 weeks, those few weeks, the adaptations all take place and you notice that your body is responding even better to training and you take those big fitness jumps forward. And as I said earlier, I've come back from injuries, and every time I've come back from injuries, I've run PBs a few months later. So often, taking that step back does allow us to take that big jump forward. This is definitely one of the biggest things that I have found through injury, which has made me realise how important running is to me. And I think when you get it taken away from you through injury, you become so much more grateful for it and you really appreciate it. You never take it for granted being able to just step out the door and go for a run, because you've had those times where you haven't been able to do it, and having to find gyms and go to the gym when all you want to do is just run outside and it's a nice sunny day, but you have to be stuck in the gym cross training. That makes you realise just how amazing running is, and you really feel so grateful for it. And I think I definitely have noticed that when I've had running taken away from me, when I've come back to it, I just don't take a single run for granted. Every single, run when you're tired, or Monday morning when it's pouring with rain, you don't want to get outside. I love running in the rain because I've had many times stuck in the gym where all I could wish to do would be run in the rain. So I think it makes you so much more grateful and appreciative of the sport because you've known what it's like not to have it. I'm trying to make sure it stays interesting, so I'm doing all the clips in different locations. But the other thing, this is my last point that I really want to touch on. When you have that time taken away from running, it allows you to work on so many other things, and I think there's 2 parts to that. So firstly, it allows you to work on your weaknesses. You can get stronger in the gym, you can work on stuff through cross training, and whatever it is that you've maybe neglected at other times, you can really take the time through injury to work on it then. And those are things that will help you when you come back to running. It's not necessarily something that you're just focusing on whilst you get away from running. They work so well together, and you can even then learn about how you can incorporate those into running training when you get back to it. Even things like mobility, Pilates, yoga, getting used to doing those so that when you get back into running, you can incorporate that into your training because they are super helpful. And I'm sure a lot of people do neglect the mobility and the strength work. The second part of it is mindset. I think injury allows you to work on your mindset so much. It makes you so tough, and it allows you to be so strong when you come back into training and racing to deal with those tough sessions and those tough races, because you are so much more resilient in your brain. I've done 2-hour sessions on the cross trainer before, been on there for my long runs. I've been on the static bike for 2 hours before, and that is just mental resilience that you can't train anywhere else. Imagine just staring at the cross training screen for 2 hours. Often I won't even watch something because things just like drive me mad. I don't know, I have a weird brain where sometimes if I watch stuff or listen to it, like it just drives my brain crazy, so I'd actually rather have no noise. I often find that doing like my strength stuff, I just want silence. I don't want to have music in my ears. So often, yeah, when I'm on the cross trainer, I don't listen to anything. I don't know where my brain goes, it just zones out. But anyway, I think that mental resilience is so, so key and allows you to come back even better than you could before because your brain is so strong. So whether you're going through an injury now or you're coming back from one or maybe you're going to face one in the future, I hope this video allows you to see that actually injuries can make you so much faster and you can come back better than you can even imagine. So please don't get down in the dumps. I'm not getting down in the dumps when I'm going through one before, and I'm not going down in the dumps now. So just trust the process and know that actually you can be so much faster for it. Just learn from them. That is the key. They're an opportunity, not an error. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps more than you know. Thank you.